Every fall, whitetail hunters from all across the country flock to the ag fields of the Midwest, and Missouri is at the top of the list. The hills and hollers are filled with acorn-rich oaks, while the fields of black dirt that once held corn and beans can sometimes stretch for miles. It's fertile ground for crops and for giant bucks. For this group of hunters, the mid-November firearms season provides an incredible opportunity to get a crack at a mature Midwestern monarch. But before they take to the field, sighting in at the range and double-checking their equipment is the first priority.
Pretty darn good. Looks about 1.5 inches to me.
I think you're perfect on your windage. Yeah, your windage is right along that line.
I'm very excited. I haven't been on a trip since I was here last year because I had a baby. So this is my first time actually leaving him overnight alone. Well, not alone, he's with my husband, but leaving him. So I'm really excited to be here. Also kind of scared about how their first night's gonna go without me. So it's gonna be interesting.
Out here in Missouri, I'm hunting with Winchester, and it is the first day of the hunt, so we just got out in the blind, and the deer have been moving. We've had 2 groups of does move through, and 2 small bucks. The temperatures dropped about 10 degrees from yesterday, so it's cooling down. The weather's looking good, and we've had some good movement this morning, so it should continue. We're hunting over some beans, and then there's a food plot in the top corner here. It's gonna be a good day.
It's a promising start for Nikki. As the temperature drops, the green food plot she's sitting over could prove to be a prime location.
Day 1 of Winchester Deer Camp here in Missouri. Not too cold, but the wind's picking up. We got 350 legend, deer season. Mississippi guy, but excited to see some of these big Midwest whitetail. That's number 3 today. Wind's died down some. I think it's supper time. He's a huge 6-point if he's 6. Day one, you gotta let him walk, you know. It's just pretty exciting. You see these deer get to moving. We've got a lot cooler weather coming in tomorrow, so we're expecting even more deer to be out moving around. So that's the biggest deer I've ever passed on. I'm not joking.
Winchester Life is brought to you by Winchester Repeating Arms, Walker's Ear and Eye Protection, Birchwood Casey, Winchester Safes, Folds of Honor, Winchester Pet, White Flyer, America's Best, and by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend. This segment of Winchester Life is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend, and by Winchester Repeating Arms. Day 1 came to a close without any major action for the group, and Day 2 kicks off with promise.
So it is 29 degrees this morning, a little chillier, which is real nice. We have some frost on the ground. We haven't had any deer come through yet, but staying hopeful because it is the perfect morning. And I'm sitting between 2 ridges. There's one behind me, one in front of me, and like I said, it is just the perfect morning. Crisp leaves on the ground, so it should be real easy to hear if anything starts coming in.
The whitetail rut usually consists of 3 phases: pre-rut, rut, and post-rut. Each phase has its own intensity, but one thing that remains common is the consistent movement of young bucks.
Back out after lunch at Day 2, Winchester Deer Camp. I've seen a lot of deer so far. Just saw 2 does going across the hill there. We saw 4 bucks and 2 does this morning. We're in a different spot. There's a lot of deer moving this morning with it being a lot colder. We're in the middle of this bean field. We've got good visibility all the way around. These deer out here in eastern Missouri, they got tons to eat. They got corn, beans. We were over turnips yesterday afternoon. I mean, you name it. These deer stay full. They're big bodied.
It's been said that to be effective during the rut, hunt the does because the bucks will show. Prime food sources during cold snaps are a great way to put that theory to the test.
Seems like they're out feeding a little bit earlier than we were yesterday. Corn and turnips. Let's hope it keeps up.
constant flow of deer enter and exit the beans. But there's a common theme beginning to unveil itself, as most of the bucks are just too young.
That's a young deer. He'll be a great buck next year and the year after.
This segment of Winchester Life is brought to you by Walkers, Birchwood Casey, and by Winchester Safes.
We're here with Dusty and we're talking deer season XP. Now this is something that I have been shooting for years and I absolutely love deer season XP. I remember the very first time taking it out, I went to Montana, shot a big mule deer, and this buck dropped in its tracks. And I remember the outfitter looking at me saying, "What did you bring along?" And to me, it's just awesome to see Winchester making something specific for deer hunters, and that big tip, you get such a big impact out of it. And it really, the results, they speak for themselves.
Yeah, it hits deer like a hammer. It really does. It provides very quick expansion from that from the polymer tip. That extreme point bullet really dumps all of its energy into that deer.
And for deer hunters, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for results. And what I like is you guys are constantly expanding deer season XP. Tell me a little bit about what you're bringing forth this year.
Yeah, so new for 2021, we have deer season XP in a 115 grain 6.8 SPC, and that's special purpose cartridge.
So this would be good for hogs and deer?
Absolutely, yeah, and as you know, 6.8 SPC is popular in a lot of modern sporting rifles, and so this will be a great option for those semi-auto platforms.
And for people who aren't familiar with the 350 Legend, one of the reasons that I love it is because of the light recoil. Now you are talking less recoil than a 223, but the knockdown power of something similar like a 30-30. So it's kind of like your modern day 30-30, and to me this is just an awesome option. And now that it's in copper, well, the sky's the limit on where you can go.
Yeah, and the sky's the limit with 350 Legend in general. The versatility of this cartridge, from affordable target shooting options to deer hunting, hog hunting, even personal defense, it can do it all.
And what I like about it is most of my shots are 200 yards and in. So for me, this is really the perfect option. Anyone will always shoot a gun that has less recoil, better as a rule. So what I like is when you have that little bit of recoil, but you got that great knockdown power, I was able to take a buck off its feet in Montana. So that kind of shows you, and when you see the recoil, there's almost none there. So you're gonna shoot it well, it's enjoyable to shoot, it's cost effective, just a great all around deal. And for 2021, couldn't be more proud to be a part of the Deer Season XP line.
What do you see?
Wave after wave of younger bucks continue to show up in daylight, seemingly without a care in the world. It's an awesome opportunity for any hunter to be able to sit back and relax while observing the movements and habits of whitetail can help uncover some of the mystery that surrounds these amazing animals.
We've already had two nice bucks walk out, just probably 3-year-olds. Nice setup here today. Some standing corn out in front. We're really just a mile off the Mississippi, mile and a half at most. Got some rain moving in today, so they've already been out moving early.
Part of what draws whitetail hunters to the woods by the millions is the solitude that comes with the time spent in the wild. Each hunter that hits the woods carries a tag in their pocket, but for those that live a Winchester life, the experience of being part of life out in the wild is the real trophy.
actually shot a buck, so we want to go check that out and grab some lunch and head back into the stand.
Joining up with another successful hunter in camp is always a great feeling. While most of the week has been fairly slow when it comes to mature deer, the tide seems to be turning as the first buck of the week comes back to camp.
Yeah, super heavy. Yeah, saw a couple good ones this morning, but I couldn't pass on him. I had seen him first light, kind of cruising through. I had some thicket between me and the field, and I could see him. I couldn't get a shot at him, but I was able to size him up and kind of knew how heavy he was. It was awesome. So yeah, when I saw the mass on this guy, yeah, he was sweet. Old buck.
Beautiful.
Thank
Congrats.
you. Appreciate it.
There you go, man.
Thank you, buddy.
It's awesome.
This segment of Winchester Life is brought to you by Folds of Honor, providing life-changing scholarships to families of fallen or disabled military and first responders. Winchester Pet. And by White Flyer, America's Best.
Got rained on this morning, and so we decided to sit in the blind tonight. Moreover, we got some standing corn and some cut corn. So far we've had a doe, and right now there's a little spike out in front of us. A big rainstorm is supposed to move in. It's supposed to start raining around 5 o'clock. So we've seen some deer on our way in. They seem to be moving.
Shh. Wait. He's looking. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, he's staring straight at us, isn't he?
Yes, stay right there. Don't move. No.
No, he's walking. Tell when you're good.
I'm good.
Where is he?
He's straight in the middle, and then he's running towards the middle. He's going down. Nice shot.
And just like that, Nikki has an old Missouri Monarch on the ground.
Nice job.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm shaking. Oh my God. Oh, my heart is pounding.
I think that was the one we saw walking in.
I'm not sure. I just saw it. I like glanced at his antlers, but I didn't like stare at him good because as soon as I saw him, I knew he was a shooter. So then I just got on him because the wind's not really in our direction, like in our favor. So I wanted to be ready, so as soon as I opened the window, I wanted to shoot right away. But I knew when I glanced at him that he was a shooter, so... It's got some good mass. Oh, beautiful deer.
That's a big kicker too, our sticker up there. Cool. Really unique.
Celebrate.
I know,
We can
right?
film later.
Nice.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's
That'd be
awesome.
awesome.
That's a great photo.
Heavy.
Big old blocky head too. Really yes. A lot of care. Here we go. Nice.
Good work. That's awesome.
A couple more to go and we'll be ready.
While the hunt itself takes place in solitude, the aftercare is a time for celebration.
Wait, what'd you say?
7.5.
The hard part is over, and now the fun begins. Most often, for those lucky enough to experience it, it's the memories made after the hunt that mean the most.
145.
For Nikki, it's been another successful season in Missouri, and the memories she's made here are starting to stack up.